Hello and welcome. Wouldn't it be great to have one unified platform to manage all aspects of your live media production infrastructure? With consistent user interfaces for all the devices in your system, no matter which brand they are? One platform that's open, based on standards, and allows you to take advantage of the technological advances made by multi-billion-dollar IT companies that are still following Moore's Law? Just keep these thoughts in mind during this presentation. The last few years have been very productive at Lawo. In 2021, we launched Home, Lawo's media management platform, designed for on-prem and cloud-native productions. Home discovers, registers, and secures devices, and lets you configure them in a consistent and intuitive user interface. In 2022, we introduced .Edge, the world's highest density SDI to IP gateway. .Edge works hand in hand with Home, providing video edge processing, including JPEG XS compression, generation of low-res video proxies, and shuffling of thousands of audio channels. In 2023, we launched Home Apps, providing core infrastructure processing solutions running on standard compute platforms. You can spin up apps in just a few seconds and dynamically change your infrastructure at any time. There is already a wide range of Home apps, including a multi-viewer, stream transcoder, up-down cross converter, graphic inserter and test pattern generator. And we're developing many more. They support multiple input and output formats, including SMPTE 2110, SRT, NDI, and JPEG XS. Home apps seamlessly transition between high bandwidth uncompressed on-prem productions and remote compressed cloud-native content. Home apps are new but proven. They've been instrumental in the storytelling at the world's most high-profile live events, where they delivered their rock-solid processing magic throughout 2023. I know, seeing is believing. But at Lawo, we also say, hearing is believing. After all, doesn't Lawo have a long heritage in building the world's most powerful and versatile audio consoles? Over to Henry.
This is an mc² 96. Lawo's largest and most powerful mixer control surface. We called it the Grand Production Console for a good reason. It's built to deliver the most demanding productions, and it elevates every control room. I've already set up the control system and all the I/O boxes. The only thing left to do is to connect the processing core. Lawo's UHD core is a dedicated device providing ultra-high density processing for over 1,000 channels in just one unit of rack space. With low noise cooling, it's quiet enough to be used in your control room and powerful enough to provide processing for up to 32 individual mixers on a local or wide area network. And, most importantly, it sounds fantastic. But my studio is based entirely on standard servers. A dedicated device doesn't fit my use case. What I really want are the capabilities and sonic performance of the UHD core running on my servers along with all my other CPU-based processing apps. Well, let's add a new Home app, an mc² DSP app. Set a few basic parameters, and then press Start. Now, that was a very significant thing. In just a few seconds, I created an entire CPU processing core for an mc² mixer. I ran it on a standard server, the same compute that's running this multi-viewer by the way, and connected it to this mc² surface. The new mc² DSP app scales with your needs and your compute platform, from a few channels up to many thousands. And this is not a half-assed cut-down little mixer. These are comprehensive mc² quality channels with all the capabilities you expect. The mc² DSP app offers all the same flexible workflow options and integrations you've been using for years, and it supports all the same assistive tools like Auto Mix, Audio Follows Video, and Kick for automated on-pitch action mixing. And to achieve all of this, we didn't just lift an existing product and shift it into a different box. That would be missing the point. Instead, we re-engineered the entire processing core from scratch, building on the established Home Apps platform to create a modern, scalable, and dynamic mixer processing core. The real benefit here is that you can choose the right solution for your use case. UHD core or mc² DSP app, dedicated hardware or standard CPUs. And the best bit is, when you're mixing, you won't even know which processing technology is in use. It's completely transparent in operation and, critically, it sounds exactly the same. There's so much to tell you about. To start, here's a short video.
mc² mixers are famous for being the most powerful, flexible, and best-sounding mixers available. The UHD core has been the go-to solution for audio processing for many years, offering the highest processing density in just one unit of rack space. Today, for the first time ever, we're introducing the option to run mc² audio processing on standard CPU compute.
Power your mixer with a UHD core or an mc² DSP app, or swap between them at any time. It's completely flexible and entirely up to you. While the technologies in the UHD core and the mc² DSP app are profoundly different, you're free to choose whichever best fits your use case. Operationally and sonically, you won't be able to tell the difference. Your workflow stays the same and your mixes sound the same. Just forget about the technology and focus on the mix.
The mc² DSP app offers scalability taken to the next level. It's simple to create and deploy a mixer as small or large as you need in just a few seconds, all simply done in the Home UI. Spin up a mixer with the channel count you require, wherever and whenever you need it.
For large, complex shows, you can connect an mc² surface for maximum control. For smaller, simpler operations, add the new Crystal control surface. Or, for headless operation in mostly automated environments, simply control what you need using mc², the software UI for Mac and PC.
The mc² DSP app uses Ravenna, AES67 and SMPTE2110 to connect to your environment. But that is only the beginning. As it is built on the Home Apps platform, the mc² DSP app also supports NDI and SRT and others in the future. Home also ensures compatibility with all Lawo and Home native third-party I/Os, providing mic preamp control right on your control surface, ensuring the mc² DSP app integrates perfectly into any environment. Resilience and operational reliability have always been key for Lawo products. You probably know that UHD cores can be grouped into fully redundant pairs in Home. The mc² DSP app follows the same philosophy, but the technical architecture of the Home Apps platform also provides new and unique capabilities for redundancy and disaster recovery that go far beyond this traditional approach.
Home apps, such as the Multiviewer and the UDX, were instrumental in the storytelling of the highest profile live events in the world. The mc² DSP app expands the proven Home Apps platform, adding world-class audio capabilities to the same compute resource.
As with all Home Apps, the mc² DSP app only consumes power when it's running. Just stop processing apps you don't need to free up CPU load, then bring them back up on demand at the push of a button. Home stores the configuration of your apps, so everything will come back just as you left it.
The mc² DSP app in Home is another milestone in Lawo's history of innovation. It adds significant value and flexibility to the audio production product portfolio. But it goes much further, bringing a unified infrastructure for audio and video.
Heiliger Bimbam, that is cool. So mc² consoles now offer a choice of where to host their processing on a dedicated FPGA in the UHD core or in the new mc² DSP app running on standard CPU-based servers.
It's great, right? And this is a breakthrough in terms of performance, flexibility, and scalability. To tell us how it all works, here's Lucas.
When we started this development, we didn't want to just lift existing mc² processing and shift it to a different location. That would miss the point. The mc² DSP app lives within the dynamic home platform, giving you the power and flexibility to start, stop, and reconfigure your entire processing stack whenever you need to. Server processing resources used for an up-down cross converter in the afternoon, say, can be used for audio mixing at night. You might even run both side by side on the same server. At Lawo, every app we develop must be able to run entirely on standard CPUs. This is also true for the mc² DSP app. There are no specific hardware acceleration requirements. And there's a reason for relying on standard servers. We built the home platform on its technology to stand on the shoulders of giants and to naturally scale with the advancements of the IT industry. CPU capabilities are increasing nearly every quarter, opening up entirely new dimensions. The mc² DSP app automatically scales with such advancements, letting you grow from a few processing channels up to thousands. One of the asks for our UHD core has been 10 gig network connectivity. With the app servers hosting our processing, you can enable not only 10 gig, but also 25 and 100 gig connectivity. This removes the need for lower bandwidth audio leaf switches in your data center and reduces the number of switch ports required. All home apps are built on modular microservices and assign tasks to dedicated containers as needed. Therefore, input and output media transport is handled independently of processing and administration containers. This allows us to easily add different forms of connectivity to our mixers. Imagine just adding an SRT output to monitor your mix wherever and whenever you need to. SRT and NDI are not the only ones on our list, and any addition will elevate the flexibility of the entire platform to new never-seen heights. To end on a high note, our mc² DSP app is as swift as our UHD core. Latency is simply not a concern. So now you know how it works, here's Christian to tell you all about the benefits.
When you order a new mc² console, you can specify whether you prefer dedicated hardware processing provided by UHD core or software-based processing provided by the Home Apps platform. If you already own mc² mixers with dedicated UHD core processing and want to migrate to software-based processing, switching to the mc² DSP app is a piece of cake. This is another great example of how Lawo helps you to leverage your existing infrastructure. Your investment in control surfaces, I/O and control systems is secure, so your finance people will be happy. Lawo went the extra mile to ensure that the two processing options behave exactly the same. There's no difference in operation, no difference in sound, and nothing new to learn. This will make your sound supervisors happy. So why would you want to move to software-based processing? Well, it enables a range of applications that were impossible until now. In audio and video applications such as TV broadcast, you can now use the new Home Apps platform to scale the amount of audio and video processing according to your needs. Need one more multi-viewer? No problem. Need another audio mixer? No problem. The entire platform utilizes the same compute backend, and all audio and video functionality can be interchanged at any time and tailored to the specific needs of the production you are working on. Let's talk disaster recovery. Should the worst happen and dedicated hardware is no longer available, you can spin up some mc² DSP apps on unused compute and continue your productions with exactly the same sound on entirely different hardware, even from a different location. And because the Home Apps platform is scalable, you don't always need to work with a large mc² control surface. The app easily accommodates small headless mixers. Perhaps all you need is a software UI with a couple of faders to interact with a show that is primarily run by an automation system. In this case, spin up an mc² DSP instance with just a few channels and control it from mx GUI, the mixer control software for Mac and PC. If you need a few simple hardware controls, you can connect the new Crystal control surface. Or, of course, scale all the way up to full mc² surface for maximum control. Because the Home Apps platform supports both video and audio, it is simple to run a small multi-viewer app that delivers video to the audio workspace. And the best part is, you don't need additional dedicated outboard gear to monitor your program. Audio can be embedded in the multi-viewer's SRT stream to be played back on any SRT-capable player. These are just some of the use cases that are unlocked by the new mc² DSP app. To tell us more about the benefits of the Home platform, here is Andreas.
Remember when I asked you, wouldn't it be great to have one unified platform to manage all aspects of your live media production infrastructure? Well, we just introduced you to the one unified processing platform for both video and audio. To understand the benefits of such a platform, you must first understand that software-based is not the same as platform-based software. If you simply lift and shift a hardware processing function to a piece of software running on standard servers, you still cannot access the true potential of that standard IT processing hardware. From a processing perspective, all you've done is replace a proprietary piece of processing hardware with a piece of commodity compute hardware. That new server remains a one-trick pony, sitting in the rack with a single piece of software blocking the entire processing capability, regardless of the actual production requirements, even if it is not being used at all. And we all know that there is a lot of processing gear in our racks that is not used all the time. Not to mention that this system may require a second server for redundancy reason. You see, Just Go in software is not addressing the massive underutilization of resources we are all facing today. So, what makes the one platform approach so different? Well, it's two things. The Home platform abstracts the individual software processing functions from the underlying processing hardware. The result is a pool of all available processing capacity, which can be flexibly allocated to multiple ongoing productions. This pooled processing can become anything at any point in time. Multi-viewers, up-down cross-converters, graphic inserters or audio DSP cores. This is the first step in optimizing the overall utilization of available compute. Step 2 comes from the software design of the platform. Home apps are designed as scalable, dynamic software based on microservices. As a result, each application consumes only the processing it needs for the task for which it was spun up. For example, an mc² DSP app in a production that requires 100 audio channels will only take the processing it needs from the pooled CPUs, instead of blocking processing for thousands or more audio channels. And a quad-split multi-viewer will only consume the processing needed for a quad-split, instead of blocking processing for a full-blown 64-bit mosaic. Obviously, free CPU cores can be used by other applications. This is the technical elasticity that comes with a unified platform. But for you to make the most of this technological advance, we have introduced innovative business models. To tell us more, here's Olli joining us remotely from the Lawo headquarters.
Thanks, Andreas. Yes, now that mc² DSP is available as a home app, it becomes part of the Lawo Flex commercial offering. Flex is essentially the ability to combine traditional perpetual licensing with flexible subscriptions. But this is not just a different way to pay for things, it's a different way to access and use Lawo solutions. So let's take a look at how this works in Home and Home apps. Alongside permanent licenses for specific apps and functions, you can have a pool of credits available as a subscription. So when I start a Home app, any app, it will take the required number of credits from my Home system wallet. And here's where it gets even more interesting. When we stop that app, those credits don't disappear. they return to my wallet and they can be immediately reallocated. This could be for the same app in a different configuration, or it could be for any other app or any licensable function within Home Apps or .edge. This means that the credits you purchase can be reallocated to completely different functions dynamically and controlled by you. Imagine being able to change what your investment has bought you. That new requirement could come tomorrow, or it could be further into the future. But we all know technology and the workflows around it are constantly changing. As well as breaking the link between license and functionality, Flex also allows you to scale. Many of you are used to building and buying for peak demands, but as Andreas said, this leads to massive underutilization of resource, both infrastructure and software investment. With Flex, you can add additional credits as you need them for a limited time to address major events or unforeseen circumstances. It's also simple to move credits between different home systems. Apps and associated functionality, such as inputs and outputs, belong to a centralized pool which can be distributed to any facility or any truck exactly when needed. And on top of all of this, something really special, Flex credits apply to future home apps too, meaning you get immediate access to new functionality and tools. And because your credits are reusable, this is flexibility, but with a predictable fixed cost. Back to you guys.
The mc² DSP app is another milestone in Lawo's history of innovation. It's a breakthrough audio mixer processing core in terms of performance, scalability, and flexibility. It builds on the proven Home Apps platform, establishing a unified infrastructure for audio and video.
The combination of technical elasticity provided by standard IT server compute and commercial elasticity by Lawo Flex finally realizes the true value of IP. Remember what I asked you to keep in mind for this show? Here it is.
Simplicity of management and operation delivered through a unified approach for audio and video.
Maximum asset utilization enabled with agile infrastructure design based on standard server technology.
Technical and commercial flexibility solved, thanks to Lawo Flex.
Thank you for joining us.